Hello, Facebook friends! Woohoo! Kathryn Anderson here from Radically Me Transformations. And as promised, today I'm going to talk about anger. Yep, that's right. You know, we're taught in our society to not express our anger, that it's certainly not feminine to be angry. But I don't think we should judge our emotions. Actually, I think anger serves a really important purpose. So, when's the last time you got really angry? And how does your anger show up? I'm curious to know. And I know that for me, for many, many years, maybe throughout my 20s and 30s, I was labeled as irritable and moody. And it took me a long time to make the connection between being irritable and moody and being angry, and then connecting that anger to the trauma from my childhood. So that residual anger about what happened to me would leak out when things went wrong, just on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, we're going to talk about how to release. Hold on, wait for it. Yeah, that's a pretty scary face. We don't want to see that too often. So, there are 3 simple but not easy steps that I want to share with you today. And the first one is recognizing your anger. And as trauma survivors, it's pretty common that we don't recognize, or we're not able to name our emotions. We are, many times, we stuff things down and we block our emotions as a defense mechanism to keep from being overwhelmed. So what I'm asking you to do now is to kind of sit with the discomfort of checking in to see what that anger is about, or if you're even feeling angry. And if not now, maybe there are other times when the anger pops up, inconveniently, usually. So recognizing it, being able to name that it is anger, and knowing what you're angry about. That's an important one, okay? So the next step is to release the anger. And there are a lot of ways to do this. One way that I've tried before, which you may have heard of, is to write a letter stating all the reasons that you're upset with this person that you're angry with, or the situation, and then burn it. And in burning it, release those emotions. And that can be really helpful. For me, it didn't take it far enough. I think when you've had a lot of trauma as a child, it's just so deep that you need to go deeper with with these activities. So, do a letter and burn it and release, and maybe that will help you pinpoint exactly what you're angry about and how it's affecting your life and who you're angry with. So that's a good step. But my favorite way to release anger is to use a plastic baseball bat. And I take this bat with both hands and I swing it back, all the way over my head, and I put my whole body into swinging that bat down onto my mattress. And I just beat the stew out of my mattress, and I yell and I just say all the things that I want to say to the person and how they've hurt me. And yeah, I let it all out. This is not the time to hold back. Cuss, whatever you need to say, do it. Get it out. And I do this with a really clear intention of processing the anger and releasing it and getting it out of my body. Because we hold fear and anger in our muscles. So it makes sense that we need to engage those muscles to then release it. Okay? So try that. I've got some other techniques that I will share in the 9-week class. And I hope I will see you there if this resonates with you. So our first step was recognize. Our second step is release. And then the third step is rechannel. So with rechannel, you are just really looking at what it was that caused the anger and doing an analysis of the boundaries that were crossed, because anger is usually about some boundary being crossed. Somebody did something to you that was not okay, and it made you mad. So, think about those boundaries and whether or not they need to be renegotiated. Is it somebody who you want to have in your life? Then you can renegotiate the boundary either with them or set your own. Maybe your boundary is that you only see them on holidays, or that you never talk about certain topics like how you make a living or who you love or any of those things. So, it's a time to think about what caused the anger and what you can do to try and keep that from happening again. So you're rechanneling your energy and your focus to create positive change. And sometimes we need anger to kick us in the butt and to motivate us to get things done, to make that change. So we are all about creating a life you love, right? That's the title of the book. So we're transforming trauma to create a life you love. So use your anger to make that transformation. All right. Well, I appreciate